Lesson, Birds. Objectives. After completing this chapter, the students will be able to 1. Compare and identify many types or birds according their looks, feet, movement, beaks, sounds, what they eat, nests, habitats, eggs, and ability of senses. 2. Know how to conserve the birds.
Birds introduction.
Pigeon. My beak is pink, feathers gray. Gutter goo I go on all day. In houses I make my home. A pigeon is how I'm known. Parrot. My feathers are green, my beak's red. Guava and green chili I eat. I love to copy people's voice and keep making a lot of noise. Vulture. Dead animals do I eat, making places clean and neat. High up in the sky I fly. Vulture is what I am called by. Owl. I remain awake the whole night, and go to sleep in broad daylight. Eagle. Long and grooved is my tail, high up in the sky I sail, I pick and eat all the mice, the eagle is what you call me. Cuckoo. Cuckoo cuckoo is my sound. Everywhere I am found. My sweet voice gives me fame. Cuckoo is my name. Woodpecker. In trunk of trees holes I make. Hidden insects I intake. Tuk 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 I work all day. The woodpecker is what people say. Tailor bird. My beak is very special. I use it like a needle. Stitching leaves I make my home. The tailor bird is how I am known. Peacock. On my head I have a crest, all say I dance the best, of my feathers I am proud, before the rain I cry aloud. Crow. Black are my feathers and black is my beak. Cow cow, I do, all day long. How birds look. Different kinds of birds have different looks. Some are small, some are large. Some have long tails, some have short tail. Some are colorful and some are plain. We cannot see a bird's ears. A bird has tiny holes on both sides of its head. Generally, the holes are covered with feathers. They help the bird to hear. Birds have colorful feathers on their body which make them beautiful. Different birds have different types of feathers. Birds have a tail which helps them to balance their weight and gives direction when flying. Birds such as sparrows and pheasant have short rounded wings that allow them to take off and maneuver quickly through wooded areas. Do you know? Those animals, whose ears cannot be seen, have feathers on their body. These animals lay eggs. How birds move. Different kinds of birds move in different ways to go from one place to another by using their wings, tail and feet. Birds that can fly. Eagle. Birds have wings to fly and can cover great distances. There are many birds such as eagles and parrots etc. which can fly. Birds that can walk. Ostrich. Birds that have wings but do not fly travel by walking and running. The ostrich is a good example of this. Birds that can hop. Indian robin. Some birds when covering short distances on land hop to go from here to there. The Indian robin hops on land but flies when covering longer distances. Birds that can swim. Duck. Some water birds whose habitat is water or near water can swim by paddling with their webbed feet. When a bird flaps its wings, air is pushed downward. This produces an opposite force that lifts the bird into the air. Since a bird's wing is in the shape of an airfoil, it produces some lift even when the bird is just gliding. Birds' beaks and what they eat. Birds' beaks and what they eat. Birds have different kinds of beaks according to the food they eat. Some birds of prey which catch and kill live prey have sharp, hooked beaks. These types of beaks help the birds to bite the skull or neck and to tear the body into small pieces, enough to swallow. Example, eagle, owl, hawk, etc. Some birds like woodpeckers have strong beaks which taper to the tip, forming a chisel for pecking holes in trees for food or nests. Most of these birds feed on insects which live under the bark. Some birds like hummingbirds have long tubular bills that resemble straws, which they use to sip nectar from flowers. Some birds like egrets have long beak by which they can find insects and worms from mud and shallow water. Many birds like sparrows have a cone-shaped bill. This type of beak is a strong beak used for breaking and crushing seeds. Some birds like crows have beak to eat many kinds of food such as meat, bread and fruits. Do you know? A swan can separate the milk from a mixture of milk and water.
Bird feet.
Different birds have different kinds of feet for different needs. Water birds such as ducks have webbing between their toes for swimming. Gulls also have feet similar to these so they don't sink while walking in the soft sand or mud near the water's edge. Examples: duck, swan, gulls, etc. Songbirds or perching birds like warblers, thrushes, wrens, etc. have independent, flexible toes with one painting backwards, ideal for grasping perches. Examples: sparrow, Indian robin, and flycatcher, etc. Raptors such as hawks, eagles and owls use large claws, called talons, to capture, kill, and carry prey with their feet. Examples: falcon, eagle, kite, owl, etc. Woodpecker have two toes pointing forwards and two backwards for climbing up, down and sideways on tree trunks. Example, woodpecker, parrot, barbet, etc. Strong-legged flightless birds, like the ostrich, protect themselves by kicking with their powerful feet and sharp claws. Examples, ostrich, etc.
Do you know? Why don't perching birds fall out of trees when they sleep? When perching birds sit, a tendon on the backside of the ankle automatically flexes, locking their toes around the branch. With feet locked, sleeping birds don't fall. As a bird stands up, its feet release.
Bird sounds. Different kinds of birds make different sounds. Owl sound. Hoo, hoo.
Do you know? There are some birds which can imitate our voice. Parrot.
Where birds make their nests. Different kinds of birds make nests at different places. Some on trees, some near or on water, and some on land. The sunbird makes a nest that hangs from the branch of a small tree or a bush. The woodpecker and parrot make holes in wood or tree trunks and lay their eggs in it. The tailor bird lays its eggs in the fold of leaf which is made by sticking together two leaves on a bush. An ostrich and hen lay their eggs in a nest in the dirt. Pigeon, Indian robin and sparrow make their nests anywhere, even on top of a cupboard. Remember, generally birds use the nest only to lay their eggs. After the eggs have hatched and the chicks have grown, they leave the nest. Do you know? Cuckoo does not make its own nest. It lays it as eggs in a crow's nest. The crow hatches them along its own eggs.
Bird habitats.
Different birds live in different habitats. Sparrows and crows are found near gardens and orchards. Herons, kingfishers and ducks can be seen near ponds, lakes and rivers for fishes and insects. Trailer birds are seen in scrubby and brushy areas as well as in open countryside. Peacocks and parrots can be found inhabiting open forests and cultivated areas. Ostriches and grey francolins can be found in the open dry grasslands.
Laying eggs.
Birds are animals whose ears cannot be seen, have feathers on their body and have wings. These are animals that lay eggs. Do you know that? Ostrich eggs are the largest of all eggs. Super senses. Birds have the most advanced visual system among animals. Has this ever happened to you? You were eating in the playground, an eagle flew down and took away your food. This happened because an eagle has high altitude vision. An eagle can see a thing a lot further than the human eye can see. Bird conservation. Bird sanctuaries. Bird sanctuaries carry thick forest and a variety of vegetation and surround natural water bodies such as rivers and lakes, which are good habitat for the birds. For example, Bhatpur Bird Sanctuary. Birds conservation help. 1. Cut the timber for the bird box into 6 sections. 2. Cut the wood along the pencil lines using a wood saw. 3. Make an entrance hole for the birds using a wide drill bit. 4. Nail all the sides to the base of the bird box and hammer gently. 5. Drill a hole in the top of the bird and attach it to a tree using a screw.